Okay, we're live.
Okay, so it's been a while, but when last we left the Sun Puppies, Ro had managed to negotiate with the Enchantress to open up a portal back to the material plane. And after most of the party walked through, Ro realized pretty quick that maybe need to double check where that portal went. And so Ro stayed behind and made a new negotiation with the Enchantress to get back to specifically Akira. The rest of the party, however, had already gone through the portal, minus Ro and Drask.
Oopsie.
And you found yourself standing in what looked like another jungle very similar to Akira from where you left. There was a tall human man with a ridiculously large sword on his back staring at you. And in the clearing off on the other side of you is a large T-Rex looking creature with blackish feathers on its back, kind of pinkish scales. And it seems to be eating on some type of stegosaurus type creature. So you are not immediately in combat, but the creature has noticed you and is kind of like flared its little nose ridge up and is kind of like watching you intently while this human hunter is also looking at you surprised and very confused.
Is that your pet?
No, that's what I was hunting. Where did you come from?
Nargo is in the forest, trying to eat a murder pony.
What is a murder pony?
It's not as big as that.
Okay. Are you associated with what's been going on with the monsters and hunters and palicos disappearing?
What is a palico?
Well, I kind of thought you were just a really big palico, but they stand about hip height. They've got little pointed ears, little fluffy tails.
Narga is palico, Narga guesses. Is palico word for this? Is this world's word for knoll?
I don't know what a knoll is, so I...
Narga is knoll. We have smaller knolls too that are pretty young, but they go up to about waist high.
Okay, well, maybe it's just two different words for this knoll palico thing.
Wait. Are the palicos the bad guys or not?
Well, no, there are companions and helpers.
Good. Yeah, he's kind of a palico.
Okay. Okay, he's a ginormous palico. I've never seen... Well, I guess the chef was almost that tall, but not quite.
Chef, do you have food for palicos?
Yes, we have food for palicos.
Point Narga in our direction. He will partake of this palico food.
Well, why don't you come with me? I can cancel this hunt, and I'm sure the commander would want to ask you some questions about where you came from and how you got here. It might help us figure out what's going on.
Oh, that reminds me. Where are we exactly?
Well, we call this place the New World. Astera is just around the corner, up the path that way.
Astera?
Astera. It's the
Astera to what?
Well, there are stairs there, but I mean the port town's called Astera.
Astera to what?
Heaven. Sorry, heaven.
Well,
okay. I understand. Narga understands now.
Okay. Well, if you'll follow me, we'll hopefully get some of this sorted out for you. Also, what are you? And the hunter is looking at Spider with his animal companions around him. I have never seen a creature, or person, I should say, like you.
He is Spider, the squirrel lord.
What's a squirrel?
These are squirrels, my companions.
What a very fuzzy little thing. And you seem to have a Kieran as well that's not trying to murder you? Is that the murder pony?
No, that is horse.
That's horse. Horse is another one of my friends.
Okay, well, please follow me. The hunter takes you down the path, and the path soon trails off after about 15 minutes or so, and there are these giant teeth-like looking pillars that you start walking underneath, and you can see the large doors swing open as you all enter. This port town looks like it's mostly made of ships that were taken apart and repurposed for buildings. It also looks like a good section of it had gotten damaged in some way, that there was fire damage, and the people bustling around in this area seem to be packing things up, and there's a few ships actually in port right now, and people are loading things onto them. We are going to shift briefly over to Whisper up in the Gathering Hub.
Yay.
You know some of the things we've talked about, and the hunter that everyone calls the Sapphire Star is up in the Gathering Hub, drinking with her head on the table frequently, kind of like headbutting the table in frustration.
Just reach out and pat her back gently.
Okay.
Like, it's okay.
I don't understand how the commander could think I could fix this.
It's just going to take time. We're going to figure it out. You'll figure it out.
Okay.
I have faith in you. If anyone can fix this, you can.
Okay. So down in the trading yard where Narga and Spider are, the hunter actually flags down a palico, which looks like a really short tabaxi. Tells the palico that he needs to get in touch with the commander and to gather up the Sapphire Star, and so we can ask these people some questions. So back up in the Gathering Hub, pretty shortly, Whisper, you are greeted by this short palico that taps the hunter with you on the shoulder and tells them that the commander has need of them at his table.
All right. Trying to. I'm not sure how sober she may be if she's been drinking for this long, but try and help her up and out.
She stumbles down, almost face plants when she goes to grab the chain to actually write down.
Yeah,
from
grab the back of the shirt or whatever.
From the Gathering Hub. And you are led, both parties, to an open area where there's a large table with maps on it, and this old-looking man with kind of grizzled hair and kind of odd-looking armor. It looks kind of like a dark metal, but it's got fur sections on it. And yes, Narga, you do see this strange little pig running around in that area that seems to be wearing a fluffy sheep costume.
Tasty. Narga chases after Poogie and after to taste what sheep pig tastes like.
God damn it. Morning, Pookie.
Spider does not stop him.
Somehow I'm not surprised.
I mean, Spider's pragmatic. He knows that he can't stop Narga.
Yeah.
Why try?
All he can do is try to clean up the mess.
Okay.
So as you start running after this little pig, it makes the pig squealing sound and starts running off through the crowd in the training area and tries to squeeze its way in between a few boxes to get away from you. If you want to try to grab it before it squeezes in, I'm going to need an athletics check.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, you manage to grab Poogie's back legs and pull it out, and now you've got this squealing, wiggling pig in your hands.
Wait, no one else is around to like see this or try and stop him or anything?
Around this time frame, you and your hunter have made it to the trading yard and see this gigantic knoll holding Poogie.
And I can see that
puts it under its arm and is like walking to table.
And I can see that he's in distress.
To what is obviously the kitchen.
Yeah.
He's going to be like walking up.
Yeah. No, immediately walking up and reaching to pull him away from behind. Like grab his back legs again and pull him right out.
You find your own sheep pig. That one is mine. That one is Narga's.
This is the only one. It is not yours. I'm
Is
assuming
it emergency rations for the stair?
It is not rations at all. If you're hungry, though, you're headed in the right direction without this. I just set him down and run off.
But it looks really tasty.
It seems like a pet, Norga.
It's closer to a pet, yes. I promise there's much better tasting food that way.
I mean, you wouldn't eat horse, would you?
Yes.
Without hesitation.
What? You'd eat horse?
Yes.
I'm sure you would.
I'd eat horse and hat and squirrel.
Well, you shouldn't eat horse.
I probably would not eat rug. I would probably burn rug in massive conflagration.
Just enjoy watching it burn. I mean, it would be a good source of fiber. I'm sorry. Even as I was saying it. It's like, don't. It's a bad joke.
Narigo will actually head to see about getting some food.
Okay. Does Spider and Whisper go with him, or do you go to the commander?
I'm rejoining Sapphire.
Okay.
Sticking with her.
I'm not going to the kitchen.
Okay. So at the commander's tent, the hunter that guided you here is talking to this older man and explaining that you guys seem to just appear out of nowhere. So the commander looks up and says, "Well, wonderful, you're here. Sapphire Star, you are not looking very well." So how did you get here? This hunter was telling me that you just appeared out of nowhere, which is very suspicious considering that multiple monsters and people and palicos have been disappearing just left and right.
Oh, well, we were saving some kids from an evil hag, and we got trapped in the Feywild or Fey something or another through this portal. And anyways, we got out, but they were supposed to send us home. So if people are disappearing, you might look for Fey culprits. They're pretty tricky.
I am not sure I know what Fey are. I'm not familiar with that word.
Weird little alien things.
I was just gonna ask, yes, if there was an equivalent that I could like roll religion or history or something. Like, what would that even? Because it's a translation issue, and
you could roll a religion check, probably.
Okay. I have no idea.
So I'm guessing that they didn't actually send us home like they were supposed to?
Well, probably not, considering you seem very strange creatures to me. Yeah, no, Doesn't ring a bell.
Just a weird word that this weird person's saying. Got
Yep.
it.
Well, then we will try to find another portal and be on our way.
Okay, well, that's very well. It seems, Sapphire, where were you saying that the tracks had just like disappeared? She kind of blinks blurrily and goes, well, probably the most disappearance is in the Elder's Recess. The other areas, the tracks just disappear as into the shadows.
Has Narga been fed yet?
Sure. While this is going on, you make it up to that cantina. There is that very buff-looking tabaxi that is behind it. And we'll ask if you want to get your pre-hunt on after looking at you curiously for a moment.
Narga would definitely want pre-hunt on, and Narga might be interested into some company, too. The muscular chef.
Okay. Well, welcome. We'll whip something up right. And in front of you, he takes this huge slab of meat and is actually like...
Narga is in love.
And
Cuts it with a giant sword.
yeah, he cuts it with a giant sword, and some other smaller palicos bring out the soup and like beer for you.
Yeah, Narga is in love.
I love it. Yep. Seconded. The motion passes.
Okay. So, while you're eating, the muscular chef continues about his work, but he will ask you, so which area of the New World did you come in from?
Narga is not from New World. Narga is from world known as Suabos, by way of Feywild.
That is a lot of words that I have never heard before.
Narga can teach you. Narga is smart, no. Palico.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Well, I would love to learn more about this Suabos and Feywild. Have you already been paired up with a hunter or starting to work in one of the different areas here?
Narga has group. Narga keeps them alive.
Yeah, well, Palico's jobs, that's one of our big things, is keeping our groups alive.
Narga's just gonna eat his meal as soon as he's served.
Okay. So yes, back down at the commander's table. He asks, well, if you're going to just go looking for a portal to wherever it is that you came from, if you could send word back to possibly how these portals are being made, or if you know, it might help us figure out what's going on, or at least maybe lessen the impact of the impending shattering of this particular continent.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's come back to that part later.
No pressure.
Shattering of continent. Maybe you could send someone with us to investigate also. We'd be happy to show them what we know. And what about shattering the continent?
Oh, and he kind of looks over at the hunter that he has been referring to as Sapphire, kind of with a grumpy look on his face, and says, well, the elder dragon, Zora, we were unable to repel them, and they have created a chasm going towards the Elder's Recess, and ever since he made it there, more and more of this particular land has been exploding / falling off into the water. You know, just general
Mayhem and destruction.
Mayhem and destruction. You know,
Sounds
just total.
awful.
Yeah, we're fairly certain that he has died at this point, and all of the energy from his body is going back out into the world and is going to destroy this particular continent and then remake a new one.
So, when are you leaving?
Well, we are trying to get our people out within the next few weeks.
You know, we stepped into the Feywild to get away from a tidal wave.
I was just typing that the Sun Puppies' official modus operandi is helping evacuate people from mass destruction. I was just typing that. What do? We escort everyone. Bye.
So, you know, I mean, I don't know that the Feywild's a great alternative to actually escaping, but I'm down for it.
Better than death.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Cake or
perhaps
death.
we could
Cake or death.
cake.
Cake.
Definitely cake.
Sorry, we're all out of cake.
Yep. I mean, we should be able to get everyone out before everything goes super bad. We've got the ships, and they're going to be heading back to the old world. We've learned quite a bit about how the ecosystem works, even with this major setback to the commission.
So, where's the old world?
It's across the water. It's about a 2-3 month journey.
What's it called?
We just call it the old world.
Well, that doesn't help.
Rude.
I mean, it's a big world. I've never heard of any of that, so, you know, maybe it's just a different continent or something. You don't have any trolls here, really?
Yeah, really. Never troll. Yeah, if that's what you are called, no trolls. I've never seen a troll. Though there is that Palico Grimmelkin bunch that wear the masks, but we're still pretty sure they're
A type of palico.
still fairly certain they're a type of Palico.
Woo.
Well, I don't know what a palico is, but that's interesting.
That'd be me.
Oh, you're a tabaxi.
Maybe to you. Here, my type are called palico.
Oh, okay, well, we have a tabaxi companion here somewhere.
It's
Or did he stay in the Feywild? I
No,
don't remember what he chose.
So James originally was planning to come with you guys. However,
Yeah.
since he seems to be unable to join us,
I mean, he's really good at hiding. He could just be
Yeah.
hiding. I'm not sure.
Behind a pillar.
around this time, I would say Nargo would be coming in, like, kind of bored that he's been, like, I'm not sure how his clumsy hitting on the Meowscular chef really went, but he does come back holding a plate, one of those, like, obviously I'm going with the game here, and it's just vast amounts of food, so even Narga is, like, not prepared for this amount of food. And is just eating that big hunk of meat and comes down. Narga loves this place.
you
Can we
could
stay? Narga wants to stay.
Well,
I think Narga thinks he is in heaven. Like, this is Narga heaven, right?
well, unfortunately, a big dragon is about to destroy everything, so we need to find the portal.
Narga feels like he has heard this before. Like, didn't we just get out of
Yeah.
Cataclysmic Doom?
It does sound like you guys run into that a lot.
Ooh, look,
and-
it is another Palico.
Yes. See? Palico.
Yes, Palico.
You're a very tall palico.
Narga just thinks Palicos are taller where Narga came from. But your Meowscular chef is only like a foot shorter than Narga and is wonderful.
Oh, my brother. I'm so glad you guys have met. Isn't he fantastic?
Yes, he is delightful.
I'm going to pretend I just don't pick up on the extra note of admiration.
I love it. I love it so much. I'm going to grab tea real quick to stop the coughing that's happening.
All right, so Narga, they have some people disappearing, and it might be portals, like for the Feywild. So I was thinking we could go look for those portals.
Oh, Narga's good with that. Can we save the people here? Because they seem awesome.
Well, they have lots of boats, and they're planning to leave. They have a few weeks.
If
okay,
we can save this
that is a
area,
much
we'd
better
love to.
plan than like last time. Last time we were trying to fight a giant wave. Like, how the fuck do you fight a wave?
Last time sucked.
Yeah, so we could try to save everybody. That would be great.
1 for 1 instead of 0 for 2.
No, we just didn't catch the heroic ceremony afterwards last time. So
That is true. We did manage to save a lot of people, just not the whole continent.
Yeah.
Good point.
So,
good point.
back to our host. Would it be all right if we imposed on you for a few days while we investigate?
By all means, we can't take everything that we have studied with us, or
As he says that, I'm examining the silverware across the room,
and he will let you know. There is a chance that we think that if the energy that Zora is releasing has some sort of possibility to be siphoned off or filtered some way, that probably it's a good amount of destruction will still happen, but we might be able to come back and continue our research in possibly 6 months or so.
Sounds like a plan. What is that? Narga indicates the Dragonator.
Oh, that's my Dragonator.
It seems unnecessarily big.
How dare you?
It has to be that big. Otherwise, how is it going to poke into the big giant dragon?
Narga feels like you might have... Never mind. It is psychology. Narga will not get into...
Compensation issues.
Yeah.
Well,
What she said.
I actually will.
Yeah.
Whisper does say that just like really quietly, coughing behind her hand. Is compensation.
Well, we can send our Sapphire Star and her Palico Whisper with you to assist in your investigations.
Narga is gonna finally recognize that there's a human there, I guess, and then look up and down the Sapphire Star and be like, "You are not blue."
She's wearing the blue Rathalos armor.
Still, you
yourself.
You yourself are not blue.
well, to be fair, she's also not a star, so...
Yes, she is.
Narga was assuming Star was her name.
No, the Sapphire Star is my title.
Oh. Because I'm blue.
Yeah, Spider should be this. You want to be the Sapphire Squirrel?
Oh my god, please.
I'm happy to accept that honor name. Thank you very much, Narga.
Spider the Sapphire Squirrel Lord.
Yeah.
Narga the Conflagrator has given me my first title.
A very fitting name. Conflagrator, eh?
Or Conflagrationist. What do you think?
Conflagrationist. More
sounds
syllables,
very
the more impressive the
Academic,
title.
yeah. And if anyone's the academic type here.
Okay, I will be Saph, the Sapphire Squirrel Lord.
Pleasure to meet you, Sapphire the Squirrel Lord.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, Whisper, where should we start?
Real good question.
You're right. We should start with the drink.
I was actually gonna say, are you guys decked out for gear, or do you need to fix any weaponry? We can go real quick to the armory and the smithy.
You do notice that they do
Narga
not
does not use weapons.
You do notice they don't have the slinger on their arms at all.
Okay, I give Narga a bit of a judgy look for not having any weapons at all, and say, let's go to the smithy and at least get you guys slingers to start with, and we'll see if anything strikes your fancy.
Slinger?
Sure.
And I'll gesture the one on my arm.
That looks like one of those namby-pamby crossbows.
Mine actually is just a hand crossbow. But rude, it's very effective.
This is more effective, and Narga just points at one of what I assume is the gunpowder barrels that are laid around Estera and casts Firebolt at it.
Oh, okay. Would you
Burn the witch!
Well, actually, not Firebolt, because I don't have Firebolt. Eldritch Blast at it.
Okay. It's a pretty easy to hit, so I'm not going to have you roll for that. But the Eldritch Blast leaves Narga's hand, blasts into a barrel of gunpowder, explodes. Everyone in Estera stops what they're doing and turns to look, and the people that were nearest to it actually scream. And the commander and the Sapphire Star and all of the Palicos and all of the people are staring in awe at Narga.
See? Conflagrator.
What
was that?
It's just something Narga can do. Spider can do crazy stuff with his various weapons. Narga can do crazy stuff with his hands.
Oh man, there's a precision joke in there, but I'm not gonna make it.
The Meowscular chef actually calls down from where the eatery is and goes, "That was fucking amazing!"
Don't encourage him.
That's just the tip of the iceberg, my friend. Tip
I was
of
really
the iceberg.
Yeah, I was gonna say just end the sentence.
At which point he will actually turn to any of the ones that are actually injured and just say a word in Null and cast Healing Word on them.
The commander and the Sapphire Star and the hunter all exchange looks. There was a Palico that looks like it had sustained some pretty severe burn.
Yeah, definitely that one. Be like, sorry, buddy.
The commander smiles and goes, "Maybe you guys actually have a chance. You're a strange lot. Please don't explode any more of my gunpowder."
Okay. When do I get a Dragonator? Or when does Naruto get a Dragonator?
You need a chip for the Dragonator.
Sounds lame.
Yeah. Sounds complicated.
I could just carry it. Actually, you probably could. You would probably be able to find some spell or enchantment just like on your shoulder.
No, I don't have telekinesis.
I figured it out. Get swole. Have Masculine Chef carry it for it. No, I'm kidding.
I'm pretty sure everyone in Estera is probably actually stronger than us, considering at some point Narga is gonna notice the ridiculous size of their great swords and be like, "How? What?"
Everyone's just really buff.
Yeah.
We're all bodybuilders, not the competition kind, but the functional kind.
Yeah.
Yep, pretty much. Okay, so after everyone calms down and a whole group of Palicos start cleaning up the mess of that explosion. Oddly, they don't seem to be as fazed by an explosion in their midst that you would normally think a group of humans and cats would have issues with. So Whisper, do you escort Spider and Narga up to the armory?
Yeah, I figure that's probably where I was before I sat down with Sapphire Star anyway.
Okay.
I finished up some errands.
All right. So Whisper leads you up to the armory. It's a kind of roundish building with smoke billowing out of the top. In the center is just a huge forge, and 3 more humans standing kind of behind this odd belt that's moving different monster parts and weapons in front of him are working at the forge. And off to one side, there is a woman in a leather apron, kind of arms crossed as you guys enter. Also, as you are getting ready to enter off to the left-hand side of the armory, you actually see a big board with like just notes tacked onto it all over the board.
I'll stop and look at the board on the way in and see if there are any hunts correlating to where we may want to go.
There are quite a few for the Elder's Recess currently. So there is the one for a Rathalos up there, and an Azure Rathalos. There is the lava fish, whose name I'm blanking on.
Oh God, yeah.
Lavasioth.
Thank you. It's like I can't just Google lava fish.
There is one for Dodogama, and if I can actually find the other ones. Oh yeah, Lava Sloth. And then there is one actually for Lunastra.
I'll point. Is Sapphire Star with us, or have we split?
She seems to have wandered off back towards the Gathering Hub.
Okay.
She hasn't, after the massive failure, she has been spending a great amount of time up at the Gathering Hub.
I figured. Give her a break. I'll turn to them and say, turn to Narga. So I take it by that explosion you're comfortable with fire.
Define comfortable with fire. Narga likes setting other people on fire.
Does fire hurt you a lot? You're good with it then?
It hurts Narga the normal amount.
Okay. Then
Narga is a little confused by the... I mean, it's fire.
Don't worry about it. I'm sure you'll be fine. And I'll pull out the Rathalos flyer and plan on going there.
Might as well get a hunt in while...
Might as well. And then continue to lead them in, and I'll introduce them to the smithy first, I guess, for weaponry. Narga doesn't wear armor either, right? I remember Spider's got a regular kit
Narga wears, like, leather armor. But...
Okay. Yeah, but not, like, studded or chain or anything.
Well, he can wear studded, but he usually doesn't.
Okay. Well, I'll make the introductions, basically, and then make sure I'm stocked up on bolts and everything.
Okay.
Oh,
so
pick up my rapier.
what are these little slinger things you're talking about?
So functionally, they are a hand crossbow, but you can actually use different pods and things like that for different effects. And it has a grapple hook that you can actually activate as an action. That if it grabs onto something, will actually send you flying about 30 extra feet or so.
Narga accepts the hand crossbow, but he's not actually proficient in crossbows and doesn't really know how they work, so...
We could take you to the training ground to test him out if you want to try.
No, well, it's Narga, so there's no way he's admitting that he doesn't know how they work.
Of course. I'm just imagining I saw a look of confusion flash over his face real quick.
So,
politely offer.
Sapphire Spider Lord will be,
It's just going to be a different name every time.
I'll change it just a moment here. So, he'll seem to scoff a little bit at first at these little bows. Until the functionality is explained, and now he's like kind of excited. So,
yeah, if you show that excitement, Whisper would be happy to like get super into it with you and point out all the little different mechanisms and where things like little trank bombs and stuff hide in it that you could fire, what button does what, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he's super into that.
Yeah, she's into it. She's like, yes.
As they're doing that, Narga is going to start trying on random pieces of armor.
Okay.
Until he comes out and he's in full Toby Kadachi gear.
Oh my god, yes.
Awesome. I love it.
Including
Speaking of
the
armor, sorry.
including the stupid hat.
Yeah, it's the hat. That's requisite.
Yeah.
Oh, now I need. Becca should draw him in the hat.
Yes. Oh, I really want to now.
He doesn't
Oh,
have the coil though, because he thinks that 2 tails would look stupid. So
Fair. I'm wearing. It's just for aesthetic. Functionally, it's just studded leather, but I imagine the Odie armor would be like studded leather, so I'll add that in the chat.
Okay.
What do they have in way of medium armor? Because I'm just wearing scraps of leather.
Okay.
But if he's seeing cool, different, weird armor things, then he's super interested because I can actually wear medium.
Okay. So for medium armor, they actually have a lot of different designs here that all seem to be made out of monster parts.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's see. What's the easiest way to actually show you some? Probably Googling it.
I'll let you do. That's literally all I was doing.
Da, da, da. Let's see. If I go to your guys's... Nah, that's going to be weird. I know.
Whoa. It changed.
It did.
Oh,
and now...
I look like the sun. That is so glowy. I'll figure out the lighting in here eventually. By the time I move. Oh well.
Did it work?
what are you trying to do?
I am trying to find a way to actually show Travis some of the ridiculous armor sets available.
You can either put it in our journal, or you can like create a map layer and just drop the picture into the map.
Yeah, I was trying to drop the picture into the map.
I'm trying to think of which monster armor, which ones would maybe the Kieran armor.
The Kieran armor?
Pretty please. Pretty please. Spider the Sapphire Squirrel Lord in that Raver chick Kieran armor. I want it.
I have no idea what that is.
Hold on, wait, no. I'll find it.
All right.
So the Kieran is your murder pony. That's the name for it.
Right.
And I feel like it would count as medium because you still have the movement. It's like a little bit flexible and breathable.
There is no way the Kieran armor is medium.
Please. Pretty please.
I need to find it. There it is.
I love it. Right? See, he's laughing. See, right? It just makes I saw it in game the first time and just about died. Yeah, look at that. Come on. You know you want it. Look at this. I forgot. I'm sorry, I forgot the it's glorious.
Yep.
I think you'd look very intimidating.
So, along with the Kieran armor, you can see that there's armor that is the Odagoran set that Shayna provided the link for.
Yeah.
That one would be considered probably medium as well. The set that Narga is wearing, which is kind of has like bluish scales and blue fur, also would probably be medium.
The problem is so many of the other ones I like that I can think of would definitely all be heavy armor.
Yeah, most of them are heavy.
Yeah, like the Baroth and all of that are gorgeous, but definitely not. Even the bone armor probably would be, huh?
The Radoban armor.
Oh.
That's spacesuit.
Here we go. Toby armor.
Yay, Toby!
Yeah, and I am wearing the female hat, by the way. Not the male hat.
The old school stewardess hat. Little.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love it.
Awesome.
Love it.
Okay. Yay, shopping.
Maybe the Kuluyaku?
Probably.
Or what's the
This
poofy
is
one?
going to be a long.
Yeah, this is just going to be us figuring this out the whole time.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
I think.
Okay.
Oh
We
my
just
gosh.
shifted.
Yep.
I shouldn't have Googled that.
Which one?
Hang on a second. It's worth a share.
I was going to say this. Let me see. Yeah, redirect. Oh my god. Yep, there you go. There you go. Here's something more,
Yes.
a little more standard. This is the Kuluyaku armor. That I would imagine to be a medium as well. More movement, but you still have the coverage. I'm sorry, the Kirin armor kills me.
Yep. Speaking of the armor, Scott, your armor, let me actually remember, should provide you resistance to lightning damage.
Okay. Yeah.
How Lulu?
Arga literally doesn't actually worry about any of that. He is just trying to go for like aesthetic purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I figure that like he would be all about the Nergigante armor, but I'm sure it's not there. So
Nope, the Nergi armor is not there. Like, of the basic sets that you would have, they're mostly the lower monsters.
All right. The Pookie gear might work too, which is the last link I sent. And I won't do any more. I'm done now. I'm sorry.
I will. So,
good.
no one's actually explaining this, but the Pookie armor would also provide resistance to poison, as well as advantage checks on stealth.
Ooh.
Which is why I thought.
What does the Kulu armor do?
Let's see. The Kulu.
You dig real well. You steal things effectively.
It makes it easier to carry giant things. It's like eggs.
Or like giant snail shells
Yes.
from plant snails. You could juggle them.
And unfortunately with the Kulu, I'm pretty sure that's about it for that one. Slight fire resistance to that.
So, Sapphire Squirrel Lord will.
A royal we.
He will. He will try on things.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying them on for maneuverability. He wants to stay a little bit flexible.
Yeah.
So without power gaming anything, that's what he's looking for, and then he'll rely on his new friend Whisper to
Okay.
tell him what looks good on him.
I'll be very honest about what does and doesn't look good, with the exception of the Kirin, which I will push on both of you.
Narga's not going to wear the Kirin because he doesn't want the because he figures it would actually be too warm.
Fair concern. Fair concern.
But he does like start clapping when Spider is in the Kirin armor.
Other than that very obvious bias, Whisper will be honest and help you figure out what maneuverability and all that. And we don't have to pick it now. I'm assuming, hoping, maybe.
So Spider assumes that she's just into his abs because he has a 16 strength and a 16 con. So.
Oh, I forgot you were a buff dude. My bad. It's honestly just the unicorn head and the poofy, like, bottom half of the leg. Not pants, leg warmers, dance rave thing. I don't know what to call those.
Spider will tell her about the time as a child he had a bad encounter with a unicorn. And he doesn't really like unicorns very much. They're not as nice as people say.
Oh, well.
And he also wants to know if they have any squirrel helmets.
What's a squirrel?
I will summon an army of squirrels to show her.
Oh God, no!
Okay, so if you actually
my children
don't actually do it. We're
if you
never
do
gonna get out of Estira.
if you do actually say that out loud, about 2,000 squirrels start flooding in from the Feywild.
Behold, squirrels.
It's a squirrel infestation.
Go, my children. Procreate. Fill this world with your kin. Be sure to escape on the ships if it sinks.
Oh my god. I can't wait to think about how squirrels would evolve in this environment.
Yep.
Little opportunists.
Well,
Okay,
I'll
so-
look at this flood of small creatures and tell you, sorry, I don't think there's anything quite like that here, but
There is a Gastrodon helmet.
whatever armor will work best for your dexterity like you wanted, and then move you guys over to... Oh, wait, did you already decide weapons other than the slingers, or...
Well, what else is there? I mean, you don't have a better bow than this one, right? I'll brandish my awesome flaming longbow.
It is a pretty cool longbow. But Whisper, you've seen some of the hunters here charge up their bows in a way that have done like severe damage to the monsters. So you,
Narga is gonna start like digging through stuff. Just because this is so fascinating. Like, but he's not all that strong. I mean, he's strong, but he's not that like. He's like the great sword. This seems unwieldy. Drops that. Like, picks up the lance and shield and is like. No. And then he finds the hunting horns.
Yes.
okay.
As he's doing that, I'm describing the bow to Spider and directing him where to look for that, and I'm picking up after Narga like super easily, just one hand with that sword and putting it back, and the lance and the shield.
So the bows that Whisper points out on the wall for you, Spider, they seem to be a type of complicated bow. They have like wheels on each end and multiple strings. And they seem to have been made with the bone of some sort of creature. And there's several different ones. Some are blue, some are green. Around this time, the smith actually leans down to Whisper and asks, so who's going to be paying for all this?
I would assume the commander would want his people properly outfitted, but I do have raw materials I can sell you guys if he's not willing to foot the bill for his newest employees.
All right. Well, I'll try to settle up with the commander first, and if it's a no-go, I'll see you when you get back from your hunt.
Yeah. And I don't know if I would have any kind of like, not super rare, but like dragon ore or anything like that from a previous hunt that I could give him as a kind of down payment in the meantime, just in case. I mean, I know these people really well, so I'm like, I understand. No harm, no foul.
Cool. Don't know if you have any of that aconite ore that has been popping up here and there, but I'd love to work with that at some point.
I'll keep my eye out for sure. I don't know if I have any yet, but I'll keep an eye out.
Not yet.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll make sure to keep my eye especially peeled for it.
Okay.
Any chance I get to mine. Much like in real world. It's, oh, in the middle of a hunt, wait a second.
I'm not sure where Scott wandered off.
No, either. See, Josh, you just need to get Monster Hunter World and play with us. This will all make a lot more sense.
I will do that at some point.
Yeah.
How much is it on Steam?
I don't know anymore. I got it on sale. I don't remember.
I just opened my Steam. I'm looking.
Okay, look.
We've been playing Stellaris. And, well, we haven't played much lately, but...
Okay, while you look that up, I am going to grab more tea. I will be right back.
Oh, it looks like it's back to full price. Damn.
I'll put it on my wish list.
Yes, if it pops up on sale, I think I got it when it was at $40, maybe, but it was $40 for the deluxe too, so it was worth it. But Yeah, it's just fun. I love it. I'm not good. It's just really fun. It's one of those. I do well because we all play together, so they compensate for my inability, but it's very fun. Like I said, and the aesthetic is very much my thing. Just big anime bullshit. I love it.
Okay, I am back.
So I had to look it up, but Narga is proficient in bagpipes, so at some point...
Hold up! How?
Because I have an instrument from my background, and...
You picked bagpipes.
Yeah, because it was funny!
It is. No, it is. I'm just impressed by...
However, I did roll only a 7 for playing the damn hunting horn, but... I do figure I blew at least a note.
Yeah. It is a horrible sound.
Ooh.
This one is out of tune. You will try the next one in line.
Okay. I just hope and pray as he's going down the line. Ah, there you go.
Yeah, so the next one Narga grabs, he actually hits several correct notes.
All right.
All of you get a +1 to your attack for the next hour.
Because we're whistling it.
Sorry, for the next 20 minutes or so.
He gave us an earworm.
I will applaud him. Very good. You should keep a pair of that.
He's a little big. And like throws the hammer bagpipe things over his shoulder. Like,
yep.
Wait a minute, is this a weapon? Oh, is this a weapon? Narga thought that there was just a musical instrument.
I mean, why can't it be both?
That seems illogical as shit.
I mean, if you're just having trouble carrying it, it's okay. Someone may be able to help you out. You'll get stronger. You'll be able to wield it. Don't worry about it.
Okay. So yeah, Narga is now gonna fight with the hunting horn, I guess.
I love it. Well, you're so naturally good at it, you have to.
Yeah, I think my insanity has reached a whole new level.
Mm-hmm. I'm just loving the mental image of him in that armor with the bagpipes, but it's Narga.
Yep. Love this.
And I'm not going to correct him about the hat, because I don't care about gendered bullshit. Just like, no, yeah, I like that one on you. Oh, looks good.
Okay, so...
Do you think your brother will like me in the hat?
I think he'll be impressed if you can show him how well you can play that horn. So you got to practice and look. Oh, come on! It took that long? I was just about to start trying to play it off like, oh, that wasn't that kind of joke. That was just an actual...
I had just taken a sip of my tea. It nearly went up my nose.
You're welcome.
Yeah, the timing was painful.
I'm sorry for actual pain.
Okay.
That is what she says, though. Innuendo or not, he's impressed by skilled fighters, much like the rest of us here in Astera.
Then Narga will show off Narga's skills.
All right. We'll have to show him after our first successful hunt. So you're set. Spider, Sapphire, Squirrel Lord. How are you doing?
Oh, this is like a holiday.
Good. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Do I need to like leave out the window or?
No, I was like, so. So if we're all ready to head out, or actually we should. I mean, I would have eaten at the canteen while I was up in the gathering hub.
Can I try out some other stuff first?
You come meet my brother, and we'll go.
I'm trying to figure this bow out.
We could take you to the training grounds if you'd like.
Yes, I would like.
Right.
Okay.
Well, Narga can keep playing with the horns.
All right. So Whisper takes you up to the canteen so you can grab some food, and then takes you to another area that is a training grounds. It has like dummies set up and has scorch marks all over the stone around it, and it is literally for testing out weapons and training. So with the bow, this rather complicated bow, go ahead and roll a d4 for me. All right, so as you pull back on one of the strings of the bow, the whole thing starts vibrating a little bit and kind of feels as though as you hold it, that what the arrow is getting stronger for some reason. When you finally release it, crackling lightning shoots out with the arrow as it slams into your target.
Wow, horse would love this.
Horse. I do feel like Whisper would just kind of develop the habit of when you say a word that she doesn't know what it is, just kind of like to herself, like horse. And just like a mental note to figure out what the hell you're talking about later. Yeah, she whispers it. Yeah. Good joke. I was saving that one. You stole it, you thief. Thief. All right.
So, Narga, back up at that cantina, do you do anything while you're waiting for Spider and Whisper to come back?
Narga decides that he needs to practice fingering his instrument.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Blowing his weapon?
Yeah, one doesn't get good at blowing just automatically. It's a matter of practice.
Yes.
It's a skill you acquire, you hone.
Mm-hmm.
He's tooting his own horn.
Pretty much. So yeah, Narga will go to the training grounds and start practicing the hunting horn, I guess.
All right. So it does play very similar to the bagpipes, even though it's kind of a different shape. It does seem a little bit unwieldy. If you swing it at all, it does have a lot of momentum when you actually swing it, so it'll have a chance of whipping you around in a crazy circle.
Okay. He practices with it enough to the point that he can control the momentum, basically.
Okay.
He's fine being crappy at it, but he doesn't want to look stupid.
And what about the slingers? What do they do?
Okay, so they are a small crossbow, basically, hand crossbow. The grapple function, as an action, you can trigger it, and it will shoot out a grappling hook with about 30 feet of line, and then it will start retracting and actually pull you up by that line. If Spider is actually asked this question aloud, Whisper can fill you in that you can put actually rocks in the slinger itself to fire rocks, or you can sometimes find you can fire daggers dipped in paralytic oil or poison oil or sleep oil, and fire those from it as well.
I would share all that, yeah, for sure. And the nets and...
Yep, and it does also have a net function where you can shift it over to your net and use a action to fire a net basically 10 feet in front of you to wrap small creatures up. Has the net portion has the same stats that nets do in D&D.
This is amazing. Can I have two?
One for each arm?
Well, yeah, I can use my feet, too.
Narga will probably actually give you his. He's like, Narga doesn't know how to use this thing.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
There you go, I guess. This will be interesting.
I cannot wait to get back with this thing. I am so going to be the guild master after this.
You totally would.
Yes.
Right. I will be Batman. Batman the Squirrel Lord.
God, how many self-imposed titles?
All right. What do you mean self-imposed titles? He is Batman, the Sapphire Spider Squirrel Lord.
I thought it was Batman Spider, the Sapphire Squirrel Lord. And we can just argue the semantics up and back as we start heading out to go on this hunt. Now that we've all eaten
At some point, Narga does start like playing the thing on the thing on his shoulder, like testing different notes and
actually practicing it. Yeah.
Okay.
And mainly, it just has he's trying to do breath control, so it just has that weird drone sound that bagpipes make.
I actually don't know anything about bagpipes. That's interesting. Is it just like breathing exercises? It doesn't actually produce notes, or
so how bagpipes are weird. They're essentially a bellows that you play. So your actual breath, it's not like a standard wind instrument where your breath creates the note. Instead, you fill up the bag, and then as you squeeze the bag, the sound comes out. So,
interesting. Okay.
But in order to keep that motion moving, they have this like weird, when you're just breathing and no notes are coming out, when you're just filling up the bag, some of that air is escaping, so it creates this weird like sound behind everything. That's also why bagpipes are able to put out multiple notes at the same time, is because they're essentially a portable organ.
Interesting. Okay.
Supposedly the hardest part of bagpipes is actually building the lung capacity up to keep the bag filled up the entire time.
I was gonna say, I'd imagine an instrument I could never play.
Okay, so Whisper.
Yes.
For the hunt you have picked, you of course have two different ways to get out there to the Elder's Recess. You could use the Windrakes, but your mount and horse would have to stay behind.
Nope.
All right, then you're gonna go by foot. You're gonna have to go through the ancient forest, through the wild spire wastes, and then finally to the Elder's Recess. It is going to take a few hours at least.
I imagine, unless Whisper's going into a hunt knowing it's going to take a couple of days and she can expend that spell slot to get her Odie to her, then she'll probably always ride that way.
Okay. So Whisper takes you to the gates of this Astera place, and
We strut all the way through town.
Yes, definitely.
Oh yeah, all the confidence. Odie appreciates that.
I would say, like, right outside of the gate, because of the size of these damn bagpipes, Narga, like, he struts, and he's like, I'm not any kind of effort, and then he, like, sets it down, and he's like...
All right.
So I reach over and pat you on the back. Good job.
So right as you leave the gates, Whisper's mount comes up, and Narga, being from the wastes, you're actually going to recognize it. It's a smaller devil dog. So, Whisper, would you go ahead and describe your mount for Spider?
I'm gonna in part read the description of it. It basically looks a lot like a really big feral dog. Massive claws. It's kind of a reddish dark color all over. Its skin, looks more like exposed muscle tissue than it does like flesh or leather or anything like that. Its paws end in double joints, so there is a standard set of claws and then another like a cat's would that could pop out and retract. And it's got a spiny kind of bony tail as well, but it does look probably kind of, even if you aren't familiar with one, proportionally, you know how puppies are very obviously still growing into their size. It looks something like that.
Okay, Narga, as soon as he sees it, he goes, "Devil dog, no!" And he will, like, flip. I'm not actually going to attack it. It's more like he's trying to scare it away. And he's just going to flip the hunting horn over on his shoulder to make as big of a prong on the ground as possible to try to scare it away.
Whisper will look at you like, "What are you doing?" And arms out, reaching, gesturing for his name is Odie, of course it is, for Odie to come in for a hug and start petting him.
So Odie,
why do you have a devil dog?
Yep.
This is my Odie.
I'm petting devil dog. Do they say that size here? Please tell me they say that the size here.
I don't know what a devil dog is, but this is a baby. This is a baby Odogoron.
Okay, but okay. I'm just.
Don't worry, you
Narga
won't
is
have.
just gonna be over here, and Narga gets as far away from you as humanly possible.
All right, give you kind of a funny look, but focus on. I'll give Odie a little snack or something and mount up.
Okay.
I'm assuming sapphire spelled in the funniest way possible. Sapphire spider.
Hey, he couldn't spell it all right. Don't make fun of him. He don't read good.
Well, I was going to say, to be fair, this is also a linguistical issue. When you're translating, this stuff happens all the time. So, fair enough. I'm assuming you're riding horse. What would we have for Narga to ride?
So you don't really have anything for Narga currently?
Can they share horse? Because Odie's probably not big enough for a Narga.
Horse is big enough to carry Spider or Narga, but not both of them at the same time.
Horse
Narga is
still
fine
young.
walking.
Okay. Sorry about that. We'll have to find you something.
No,
To
what
ride
about
out
that? And he points out like a Jagras. Like those look fun to ride, and then he'll chase after a Jagras.
I mean, if you think you can tame one and just kind of like go, so just definitely going along with it and lead Odie to follow.
Okay.
I guess we're getting started then.
Yeah, apparently you're going after it. Great.
Not a great
It is a
Jagras,
great-
just a Jagras.
Just a
I
check.
think regular Jagras. I don't remember if those were size medium or not.
I
Oh,
don't
but we were
know.
looking
They
at
are apparently a
that.
mountable.
Yeah.
They are mountable and iceborne, so that's what
Yeah.
I'm going with.
Yep, they
Oh, here,
are,
I'll find a picture.
okay. So they are large enough if Narga finds a larger size one for Narga to ride on.
Oh, definitely. He's going to find the biggest one. Hopefully, he doesn't find a great Jagras.
Okay.
Fingers crossed. Here, this is what a regular Jagras looks like. Whoa, that link. Hold on,
big.
computer. Wait. Whoa.
It's
All right.
I got
mean,
it.
Did it work? Does everyone have a virus now? Are we all happy about this?
I got it.
Okay, let me find a great Jagras now for you.
All right. So Narga, go ahead and give me first an investigation.
Okay, that's a normal one. God.
An
computer.
investigation. Oh, I'm so good at these.
Mm-hmm.
Am I participating or am I just?
You find a pretty good size.
Natural 20. Still getting 18.
Yeah. So you do find a rather large Jagras, but it is in, I guess you'd call it a pack with the rest of its Jagras buddies.
You want me to talk to it for you?
How many other Jagras are there?
There's about 8 total.
Ugh. Okay.
You want me to talk to it?
Talk to it?
Yeah, it's just an animal, right?
If you wouldn't mind, I don't want the other ones. I would prefer not to bake them alive right now. Tell them that I can kill them with just the wrong look. I just need the big one to give me a ride.
Okay. I will cast speak with animals, and then I will approach the big one and try to talk it into serving as a mount.
Okay, so it kind of shifts back and is looking at you. Its head's kind of darting to the left and the right. The other Jagras behind you are kind of stand up on their back legs and are kind of making this odd screaming sound out of their mouth.
Is that a scream I recognize?
It is the don't come any closer scream that you're pretty familiar with Jagras.
I don't think they like that.
So it does. The one that he seems to be talking to, and he is actually like making weird Jagras noises at this thing.
Okay.
And yes, whisper.
Okay.
So Spider, the Jagras is kind of calming down and is looking at you as you kind of approach cautiously with your hands up type thing. What do you say to it?
Well, first of all, I'll tell Narga to get some food ready. And I'll say to it, you're the greatest Jagras screech thing we've ever seen.
Narga
And we'd
pulls
like
out
to-
a bunch of flail snails. Narga brought dryads.
We brought you dryads to eat. We want you to come and join our pack.
Are dryads tasty? Those look slimy. Are you food? You have food? You has food?
I has food as well. Here, let me give it to my food bearer, the greatest among us. I'll start handing Narga all my meaty rations.
Okay, so it is kind of like crawling towards Narga. It keeps bobbing its head up and kind of like sniffing at the meat. Narga, this Jagras is right in front of you, and you're holding a bunch of meat rations.
As Narga would, and Narga goes ahead and feeds it meat rations.
Okay, and it chomps down on the meat rations and kind of.
I'm gonna.
It will try to feed it one flail snail. Sure you don't want flail or dryad?
And if you toss it up, it'll snap it out of the air, and then as it eats the flail snail, it kind of goes
More for Narga then.
So while he's eating, I'm gonna try to groom him to be more friendly, accept human touch, that sort of thing. So I'll kind of be petting him while he's eating, and yeah, I'm gonna get super creepy.
Well, no. It was just the irony of human touch when there's no humans currently in the party.
Half human. Don't be racist.
I'm sorry. You're right. I forgot. Shame on me. I'm sorry.
So yeah, getting him ready to be, a mount.
Okay.
And if I can slip onto his back a little bit, I will, and then kind of pass him over to Narga.
All right. So, with the 16 animal handling, Narga, it's going to be like riding Sriracha.
Okay.
You can just
Narga pretends he's in control the entire time, even though he is obviously not.
Yeah. This Jagras runs Narga through shrubs as you guys are going on. Yeah, with all of you having mounts, the time to actually get to the Elder's Reach is like halved. But
Nice.
yeah, this Jagras is running Narga through shrubs, and Narga's getting hit in the face. And
Oh. Hold on.
Tough it out, Narga. You got to show him who's boss.
Narga doesn't understand what you're talking about. This is all a part of Narga's plan. He is experiencing the local wildlife.
Narga's
Like
owning this
picking
experience.
branches out of his hair and
All right.
okay. Let me see if I can find a map for you guys. Okay. Do-do.
what is that?
I don't know. I think it's on Travis's side.
What's that?
Sounds like some TV or something in the background.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
mute.
No, no worries. Just curious.
No, that's Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey.
We had to relocate my computer to the living room area instead of the game room. So
Aw. Mm.
we're getting ready to move.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's always
That's
having to
always the
reorganize everything a million times throughout the process.
Yeah.
thing. Okay. Da-da. Why does it always make it so difficult for me? You have to find the corner of the picture.
Yay! Do-do-do-do.
Should give you guys at least an idea, as your Palico companion would have a map of this area at this point. Right here by camp number 7 is kind of where you enter in. Getting through there, you go through the forest and go through a kind of a deserty area that leads into this long canyon. As you get here, you can kind of see in the distance there's a volcano erupting, and there's this odd crystalline growth structure, kind of a bluish metal looking material.
What's that?
What's what?
That bluish metal looking thing.
Wait, my brain. What is that? Oh my god, my brain. No,
That's
what's
your
it called on
brain?
the map? No, shush.
Your brain is
Oh,
amazing.
Becca, I forget. What's the name of that area?
Well, it is still part of the Elder's Recess.
Yeah, but
You aren't entirely sure what's causing the crystalline growths.
oh, is this not in character knowledge? Okay.
Yeah, this is character knowledge for your whisper.
Okay. How would I be able to describe it to him then?
That seems to be the area that Zora maybe had gone to. You're not entirely sure.
Okay.
You've heard some of the hunters are calling it the Everstream, but it doesn't really mean anything yet.
Okay. I would share that. So far, we're calling that area the Everstream, but it's basically where that Zora, that big dragon thing that's wrecking everything, that's where it went.
Don't you have dragon hunters here?
We do. He was a really big one.
And then it became my most popular.
Huh.
It has almost a million views. So I figured that's
What color was he?
well, they were like,
Dark, like black and red.
2 colors? What?
Yeah, just, I'm like looking around to try and see if there's like a rock formation or something that might correspond.
Well, the volcano erupting kind of.
Yeah, kind of like that over there, and I'll point at the active volcano eruption. Like, yeah, kind of like that. Lava and rocks and all of that. That's what it looks like.
Wait a second. You guys aren't some super primitive culture that worships volcanoes as gods and dragons and stuff, are you?
So real world me. In I don't know what you mean. Worship. We respect these super powerful creatures, but they're just creatures.
Well, what do your gods think about this?
See, this is what we were talking about earlier in terms of the pantheon that does and does not exist, and we're working on that out of character.
Okay.
We're figuring that out still, because in the game it's not really totally a
I
thing
will
yet.
say this entire time, especially as we get deeper and closer to the volcano, Narga starts actually stripping. Like he takes off the Tobi Kadachi things, and now is like literally tugging at his fur because he's not comfortable with it being this warm.
Whisper, there is at this camp a item chest.
Okay, what's
But
in it?
There are 4 sets of 5 cool drinks each.
All right.
There are 4 sets of 4 first aid potions, basically.
Okay. Divvy those things as closely as possible, and I'll hold on to excess.
The cool drinks, I don't know if Whisper is going to share at all, but for
I will.
Spider, okay.
Yeah.
Then you know that these basically are potions of not just heat resistance, but heat immunity. So drinking one will allow you to walk into an active volcano without having like the hot gases burn your lungs up and things like that.
Spider will look at her very skeptically as she explains this.
And I'll just shrug and down mine and start walking out of camp. Like, this way. Drink it if you want.
Oh, I'll drink it.
It has an odd minty flavor to it.
I'm a troll. I can drink anything.
All right.
Okay. So, Scott, is there anything you would like to do?
Drink the potion.
Yeah, Nargo will definitely drink the potion if it looks like it's gonna cool him down. As soon as he gets that, he'll immediately go for another one. Like,
Those last for a while. Don't go through all of them just yet.
but one is good, two is better. Right?
Have some water too, though. Space it out. You'll want to hold on to those. We don't know how long we'll be here.
Okay. Well, lead on, small Palico.
Okay. Let's see. As you're walking, you do see kind of like weird ruts in the ground. You do see kind of the wing gash marks along the one side of a boulder. So the area you're at, it kind of like dips down and then branches off into two ways. One kind of heads up, one kind of heads down. The one heading down kind of before you would drink the cool potion would feel hotter. The one going up seems to be where the weird ruts are running. So if you are here, and then, is that it? Yeah. So as you're walking down in this area, you kind of have the option to come down here, walk up this way, or if you were to turn around in camp, there is a path back the other way. So I suppose I should put your tokens on the board.
Sorry. Whatever the most direct path that I would know to get to the Rathalos, which I would, if my memory serves, is down. Yeah, then I would just start heading us down and tell them to just try and be cautious. If you see, I'll describe the Rathalos, and if you see this before I do, which I doubt, but if you do, let me know.
All right, so Rathalos are large, bipedal wyverns with a spiny armored hide covering their body. Their outer shell features much brighter and more vibrant colors than that of the female counterpart, the Rathian. It's primarily bright red, has a flame sac, so it does produce flame, and their talons, their feet, are known to be highly poisonous or toxic. As you walk down in this way, you kind of enter this cavern area with some pretty large boulders in the ceiling hanging down. And there's more of that kind of crystalline structure starting to grow up in the center of this cavern. At the moment, there's just a very large kind of bluish, derpy looking lizard thing kind of slowly meandering its way across the ground.
Is that it?
No. I'll gesture to try and like, let's just be quiet and skate around this. Let's just get the job done.
Okay. So long as you don't approach that one, it's not going to actually actively attack you.
Okay.
Feels like I'm losing my voice again. But, so in here, do you want to do a investigation at all to see if you can kind of track down some items or whatnot?
Are we tracking?
Yes.
Do you need help?
Sure. I'll describe the specific kinds of tracks or, I guess, sediments or whatever that I'm looking for. Let's see if maybe he sees something that I don't.
So can I roll survival, or is that investigation?
That's survival. Survival will work for this if either investigation or survival. Yeah. All right, so Spider, you do find these prints that Whisper has been referring to, kind of typical wyvern prints. What she described did sound similar to possibly the wyverns back in Suabos. You do find some red scales, but you do also find blue scales next to another set of these prints. The print that had the red scales near it seems to be walking around in this main cavern area and then heads down towards an area that's like spewing lava.
Okay, I will quietly relay what I'm finding. Point down that way.
Super happy and claps you on the back. Perfect. We'll go this way and start leading down into that chamber.
Okay,
I will
so
ready the compound bow.
all right, so that chamber is kind of in this area right down here.
Oh, I go the wrong way. Thank you. You knew what I was trying to do.
Yep. So in this other chamber that is definitely kind of like leading into the volcano itself, there are molten rivers of lava like on the ground, and you can actually see on the other side of the cavern this large Rathalos, this two-winged wyvern, kind of like poke its head up and it's swinging it back left and right. Does not seem to have initially noticed where you have entered from.
I'll crouch down and hug a wall and gesture for them to do the same and be stealthy.
Okay.
Yes, being stealthy.
All right. Stealth checks, please, then.
All right.
So am I wearing the armor that has the stealth advantage?
If that is the perks that you would like, then yes, you are wearing that one.
Okay.
What? No. What? I refuse. Hold on. Don't I have a thing?
Kitty
I have a
Cat
thing.
is not particularly stealthy.
God damn it. I have a thing. Don't I have a thing?
She tells us a little too loudly to be quiet and keep down.
What I'm thinking is maybe I'm so distracted, like trying to keep an eye on you guys, because I don't know who or what you are, that I just straight up trip on something.
Yep. Trip. Little Whisper smacks on the ground, and the Rathalos' head turns right towards where she has
I'll
been.
be definitely. I'll lean over to Narga. Definitely not tabaxi.
Could I go ahead?
No, they are a small knoll. Naga actually thinks that proves it.
Fair, honestly. Okay.
Could I go ahead and have you guys roll initiative, please?
Yeah.
Of course.
For sure.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm recovering from my little tumble.
I'm going to go use the head real quick.
Okay. Actually, I will as well.
North Korea is still alive, and I love it. Spread that communist propaganda.
So you gonna run your vampire game still?
Oh, yeah. I will probably be running it not this Sunday, but the next Sunday.
Who all do you have playing?
Hmm?
Who all is playing?
I don't quite know yet. I know Shayna wants to play, but she's waffling back and forth on characters. I think Chris is gonna play. I have no idea what he's gonna play. But the more the merrier. Especially with Vampire, because because Vampire, of course, has the joy of the more players I have, the less I have to do, because you all fight each other.
Yeah. I'm running a V20 game right now myself.
Yeah, so it's just you just kind of like, here's the situation, and then watch as the players destroy each other.
Yeah.
Really wasn't expecting this French nation to
Well, I'm down for it. I have a couple of concepts. I'll see what other people shake out.
I will send you the schedule. Right now we actually have 2 people that are playing unusual characters. It's the other thing is I need to wait for Chester to get back because he's kind of important for.
That's what he tells me.
Yeah, none of us really believe it, but
Okay. All right. Spider had a 9. Whisper had a 10. And Narga had a 14. And because I've been rolling like crap.
Oh, should I roll for Odie?
Yes, please roll for Odie as well. And I need to. And Odie's just going to be a little kobold because I just need something
I'm
there.
I love it.
Enter. There we go. 11.
Of course, he got higher than me.
Of course.
With less than half the bonus.
Okay, Narga, you are first. Your tiny palico companion has taken you on a hunt. There is this huge wyvern standing in front, well, across the cavern from you, about 40 feet away.
that is a very big wyvern. Does it like fire?
It's living in lava.
I don't do great with things that. Fine. I will go ahead and bonus action hex and then do 2 Eldritch Blasts at it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attacks.
Okay, I'm just going to take both rolls on the advantage roll so I don't have to...
Oh. Yeah.
One a critical hit, the other one pretty sure hits.
Yep, both of those hit. Go ahead and roll the damage.
37 points of force damage.
Jesus Christ.
Ouch.
Wow. Yeah, so it screams in pain as these 2 Eldritch Blasts rip into its chest and wing.
And then Narga backs up and like actually kind of amazed at himself and then looks at the hunting horn because he kind of did that with one hand and then he's like, this thing is awesome.
Your magic is stronger here, Margo.
Okay, Odie is up next.
Odie's going to just charge forward and slash at this thing.
Okay.
Oh, it's a +4 to hit.
22 hits.
Yay! Oh no, that's +2. It doesn't matter.
+2?
Oh, yeah, +2, so it's 4.
Okay. Yeah, it barely seemed to even register Odie coming up and nipping at him.
Damn it. It's okay, Odie. Good boy.
All right, Whisper, you are up next.
How far away? Are we close enough that I could run up and attack it with my rapier?
It's about 40 feet away.
So not quite. I'll move forward at a kind of like an angle so that Odie and I are not quite flanking it, but we could in a turn or so maybe. And I'll shoot at it with my hand crossbow.
Okay.
As it were.
Which type of ammo do you want to use, or are you just using a bolt?
I'm just going to use a standard bolt.
Okay.
But I do have extra attacks, so 1 attack, 2 attacks, same score.
Nope, both of those miss.
Okay. Oh, I forgot. Oh well, never mind. It's too late. I fucked up.
Okay.
Continue.
Spider, you are up next.
So we're inside of a cave.
Yep, you are inside of a cave. There, you have covering over the top of this area. It is a quite tall cave. It is high enough that the Rathalos could actually start flying around in here.
Okay. And follow-up question to that, is there any kind of ledge that I could use the slinger to get to?
So there isn't a ledge, but there are stalagmites coming down from the ceiling.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me a survival or nature check, though, regarding those stalagmites.
Nope.
Oh, yeah, you think they'll totally hold you.
Well, I'm leaning away from it anyways because it doesn't look like it'd be easy to hold on to a stalagmite and take a shot with a oversized bow.
Probably not.
Probably difficult.
So I'm going to attempt to hit it with the oversized bow instead.
Okay.
And I want to draw like I did before and try to shoot a little lightning at it.
Okay.
Now, any special modifiers I need?
I didn't
Am I proficient or not?
You should be proficient in this bow.
Okay.
And no extra modifiers other than your normal attack. It has the stats of a longbow, but the charged up arrow bolt will do an extra 1d6 lightning damage.
Do I need to hold it for a round or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm not that mean. If you wanted to do a dragon piercer, and we can get into that later though, if you were to make the dragon piercer ammo, that one does require a charged up round.
Okay. So let me use my recurve longbow stats here to make it easier.
That's insane.
Perfect. That definitely hits.
Okay. And I'll roll by hand here. So a D8 plus 3. Sorry, I have to look at my fighting style because I forget. Okay, I couldn't remember which archery style I took. Plus 1d what for the lightning?
6. 1d6. 15. Okay.
That wasn't a sneak attack, was it?
Yes, actually, you would have sneak attack because Odie did get close enough and nipped at its heels. So you do have a companion within 5 feet of it.
$21.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to do?
I will find a hiding place.
Okay. Bonus action hide. Go ahead and roll your stealth check for me.
With advantage.
All right. Noted. Your troll companion seems to just kind of disappear behind a large boulder.
Huh.
It is now its turn, and it is going to attempt to take off. Odie is going to get a chance to opportunity attack.
Okay. Yeah, he'll try and bite at it. Let's see. Probably not.
No, it misses. So once it actually takes off, it actually flies about 30 feet in the air, and then it's going to breathe in, and it's going to attempt to blast a fireball down kind of where Odie and Whisper are. Da-da-da-da. I need both you and Odie to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Oh, this is mine. Let me look up. I think Odie's is a 2. Yeah. Oh, Odie.
Odie. All right, so you're going to take half damage.
Okay. Since this is fire, does that have anything to do with my resistance?
Yes.
So is that halved again then, or?
Yeah.
Yay.
Okay. Roll. $26 points of fire damage.
Okay. So the whole thing to Odie, right?
Yes.
He's out.
Oh, poor Odie.
So then is it a quarter of that to me?
Yes.
Is that what you said? Okay.
Because you made your dex saving throw, and the
Yeah.
armor you're wearing provides fire resistance.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
All right, and then it is going to fly over the top of Whisper and Narga's heads an additional 50 feet. So, Narga, it's about 30 feet up, but 10 feet behind you at this point.
You okay?
And it is now your turn.
Okay. Eldritch Blast and Quicken Guiding Bolt. Advantage. This is the Eldritch Blast.
Yep, that hits.
20 hits. I'm sure the 8 does not.
Correct.
Roll. This is the Guiding Bolt.
That hits.
Okay, so that's... roll 24 points of damage, and the next attack has advantage.
Okay, so as Narga's guiding bolt hits it, and it kind of starts to glow, and his eldritch blast rips into the wings. The wings themselves look like they have actually torn, and it seems to be trouble staying aloft.
Okay.
Cool. All right, it is now Odie's turn again. But Odie is done.
Right. So are there even death saves or anything, or how does that work?
Scott, for the sidekick rules, did they get death saves?
They do. However, if they only have 2.
Okay, so this will also apply to your pets. If you look up the UA sidekicks rules, you can apply those rules to your pets and animal companions.
Okay.
They have a whole section for animals on that. So yes, you get 2 death saves for Odie.
Okay. I'm trying. How am I calculating that for him?
You roll a d20.
That's it? Okay.
Yep. And with the natural 20, he is back up to 1 health.
Oh, thank God. For his turn, I'll have him run and hide.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have him run and hide. For now.
Okay. It is now Whisper's turn.
All right. Since I haven't been a paladin before, correct me if I'm doing any of this wrong. I want to try and use Channel Divinity Nature's Wrath to restrain the Rathalos.
Okay.
Um,
Can you go ahead and read out what
sure.
that Channel Divinity says?
You can use your Channel Divinity to invoke primeval forces to ensnare a foe. It's as an action. Then maybe I don't want to do that. But just to clarify anyway. As an action, you cause spectral vines to spring up and reach for a creature within 10 feet of you that you can see. The creature must succeed on the strength or dexterity of its saving throw of its choice or be restrained. While restrained by the vines, the creature repeats the saving throw at the end of each of its turns.
Okay, the only problem is it has to be within 10 feet of you.
Yeah, it doesn't work in this. I realized as I was reading it, like, oh, no, I fucked up, but that's okay.
Oh, okay.
So what I'll do instead is bonus action, give myself Thunderous Smite and shoot at it again with my crossbow.
Okay.
And I have advantage, right? Because...
Yes, you have advantage because of the guiding bolt Narga did.
Okay. And I forgot to include it earlier, but we still have the +1 to attack from Narga's playing, or has that run out?
That would have run out at this point, just how long it would take to get here.
Okay.
The 18 hits.
Okay. So with Thunderous Smite, it's that plus 2d6. Yes. Of course, still a 1. Swear to God. See, I can't roll well in combat. It's just the rule for the universe.
Okay. It is...
Oh, but I get a second attack, because I
Yes.
forgot I have extra attack. There I am. Like something, please. Let me do more damage.
16 does not hit.
Okay. That's fine. I did something. I'll take it.
All right. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Just try to follow it so that it's not... I know it went up, but also just continue following to move closer to it. Not directly under it, but
Okay.
strafing to keep distance.
Spider.
So is it directly under us, or is it a ways off? Or directly
So-
over us?
It is 10 feet on the other side of Narga, but 30 feet up.
Okay. I am just going to take another shot at it from cover.
Oh, sorry, I just forgot that Thundering Smite, it makes a strength save, or it gets knocked prone.
Ah, okay.
I'm sure it'll make it, but I forgot. My save.
23?
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that makes it, I think. Yep. Oh well. Worth saying. Sorry.
What is the compound bow called again?
Right now it's a recurve compound bow, but let me find the actual...
You said a name earlier. I couldn't remember what it was. Wow. I rolled badly.
I've infected you, I'm sorry.
It should be the Toby, but should be the Kadachi strike bow is what the smithy kid called it.
Okay. And then I will bonus action duck back behind cover.
Okay. It is now its turn, and it is kind of like as it tries to fly, it's kind of a pathetic sight as it's not really catching much wind, so it's kind of bobbing up and down as it goes. It is heading back out towards that area that you'd seen the bluish large lizard thing, and it will move its full 80 feet to get in there. Now, this area that it went to is the one that had the really big crystalline stalactites hanging down. Which brings us to Narga.
Okay. And it's still flying.
It is flying, and it is, if on the map you see it's kind of in this area right here.
I'm sorry. Thing again?
This one.
Okay. Narga will move to get to basically where it's at, and then, is it under one of the stalactites by any chance?
I'm going to say yes, since you actually asked.
Yay.
Okay. He's just gonna Eldritch Blast the stalactite to make it drop.
Okay. I rolled a lot of ones on that.
Thanks.
I was just trying to knock it down.
So, the stalactite slams into it. It kind of screams as it rips into its back, and it slams onto the ground, prone. So it is currently on the ground. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Narga?
Nope, that's about it.
Okay. Bodhi's turn.
No. I'm keeping Odie at a safe distance for now.
Okay. Whisper.
Now could be a time. I'm just kind of debating, sorry. So I haven't done a paladin, and I should have thought of some of this ahead of time. Can I have Ensnaring Strike active as I have the Thundering Smite, so that both are applying?
Didn't your Thundering Smite already go off?
It did, but it says it's for a minute. I didn't know if that's just the next attack. It's the first time you hit. Oh, also, it's apparently the first time you hit with a melee weapon.
Oops.
Damn it. Okay, well, that answers that anyway. So I guess I could then just, I'll bonus action instead Ensnaring Strike and shoot at it, because it's too far for me to run up even with my tabaxi speed, right?
With the tabaxi speed, you can get 120 feet, so you can get into the same chamber, but you don't have quite enough speed to like run up one of the crystals or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So yeah, then I'll cast Ensnaring Strike and I'll run as close as I can get and shoot at it with that.
Okay.
To try and keep it down while it's down.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, so... and the rest of that is... It has to be a strength saving throw, but for now, damage. And follow-up shot, because, of course, if I can, I will.
Pretty sure it makes it strength save.
Fine. Okay, so the Ensnaring Strike doesn't work, but it still takes 16 damage for the 2 shots.
16 damage?
Yeah. You'd think I'd have learned from Barrett that Ensnaring Strike just never works, but apparently not.
Okay, so it is looking really rough. It has blood coming from it. It looks like the stalactite had broken part of its armor on its head. And which will bring us to Spider next.
Okay. I was using my wrong numbers on my hits last time, not that it made any difference. How far is it from me?
So at this point, it had moved 80 feet into the cavern. You were hiding in the other cavern, so about 100 feet from you.
So not happening. Okay. I will take aim on it again. And is she right there on top of it?
No. Whisper is back roughly 20 feet, and Narga is kind of near where Whisper is.
Okay.
24?
Then I will just take a shot.
Okay, 24 hits. Okay.
Yay, someone rolling better than me.
All right, so that is enough. As your Kadachi bow's lightning arrow comes streaking out, it slams into the wyvern's side, causing crackling energy across the entire body. It kind of flops around and writhes in pain a minute and then goes completely limp.
Okay, I'll come out of hiding and approach.
Narga runs forward and smashes it with his new hunting horn.
Okay.
You two are brilliant. And I'll call Odie over and immediately lay on hands and heal him.
Okay. All right.
And start that skinning, quote unquote.
So she's laying on hands.
Mhm.
Can I make like a religion roll to take a guess at what she might be? Because I'll be horrified.
Certainly.
Horrified?
Yeah, I've never liked a paladin before.
Ah.
Narga will also make a religion check because Narga does not like paladins either.
We're gonna be real good friends.
Wow.
Got it. Nope, we can be friends.
You just think I really care about my little doggy.
Oh, she's
You
just
both
comforting
think-
it.
I'm just comforting my puppy.
Oh look, she's the Palico is comforting her doggy.
That's sweet.
Do you think this thing is tasty? And Narga will start like
Going at
Like
the
trying to
Rattler.
figure out how to eat the Azure Rattler.
Just
I mean,
Rathalos.
that's
Oh, just Rattlos, sorry.
it can be when prepped right. My brother makes it real good. Here, and
Oh
we'll
yes,
start-
your brother. Let's go talk to him.
Here, help me carve this up, and we'll bring some back to him as a present. And I'll look.
Yes,
Sorry.
definitely get present to your brother.
Okay.
While they start that process, I do want to look around for the ore, just in case.
Okay, so the Arcanite ore,
Mhm.
with what the smithy had described, with it kind of being that bluish metal, looks like
Yeah.
the crystalline structures themselves
Mhm.
are Arcanite.
Okay.
Hey, Becca, I'm gonna log off. So.
I'm wrapping it up right here as well. But as you're looking around for that ore,
Mhm.
you see that big blue Dodogama walk
Okay.
into a shaded area and completely disappear. Like one moment it was there, and it's like it walked into the wall itself.
Okay. And we'll pick that up.
Mhm.
Yay. Okay.
So that is where we're going to end it today. If you want the sidekick rules, it can be found at
Thank you.